a serious threat. It's a threat to world peace. It's a threat, in essence, to a strong alliance. I made it clear.
Israel hate Iran so much. Israel wants to steal some of Iran's land, but also Iran is one of the strongest countries that facilitates the other resistance aspects to Israel and greater Israel. And anyway, George W. Bush used to admit this. He used to publicly say that we may need to bomb Iran for Israel. And then he was told to stop saying that. But it clarifies this point pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. This is from March 20th, 2006. It starts with George W. Bush.
At the City Club of Cleveland.
The threat from Iran is, of course, their stated objective to destroy our strong ally, Israel. That's a threat, a serious threat. It's a threat to world peace. It's a threat, in essence, to a strong alliance. I made it clear. I'll make it clear again that we will use military might to protect our ally, Israel. I'll make it clear again that we will use military might to protect our ally, Israel. That we will use military might to protect our ally, Israel. And
this rhetoric prompted calls to tone down language invoking Israel as the catalyst for aggression toward Iran. Writes Ori Nir for the forward. Jewish community leaders have urged the White House to refrain from publicly pledging to defend Israel against possible Iranian hostilities. Messages were passed to the White House through several channels, Jewish activists said, and it seems to have worked. Speaking before the annual conference of the American Jewish Committee in Washington last week, President Bush talked about America's commitment to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. But he did not link the two, as he has several times in recent months. One of these activists, Nir writes, was none other than Abraham Foxman, longtime national director of the pro-Israel Anti-Defamation League. We are basically telling the president, we appreciate it, we welcome it, but hey, maybe you shouldn't say it that often or that loud. Within the Jewish community, there is a real sense of thank you, but no thank you.
By the way, I hate when they say Jewish community and not Zionist community. Remember, those are two different things. There are millions of anti-Zionist Jews, so let's be clear on that. But anyway, so George W. Bush used to make clear that the reason we would bomb Iran was to help Israel, to protect Israel. The reason we'd bomb a country with millions of people was just the hypothetical threat to our vassal state in Israel. And he used to make that clear, but then you had the Zionist community, like the ADL saying, just make up a different reason that you want to bomb Iran. Could you stop saying that it's for Israel? Can you make up some other reasons that you're going to do that? Just stop saying it's for us. And so then the U.S., you'll notice since that time, the U.S. just constantly said, oh, it's the nuclear thing, nuclear weapons. That's the real reason. It's just they're going to get nuclear weapons. It's probably nuclear weapons. That's why we need to bomb them, is their nuclear weapons. And of course, during this entire time, Israel has nuclear weapons. They have nuclear weapons. We should have investigated them, attack, they need to have investigators and the inspectors down there. But no one mentions that. No, just Iran. They're the only scary ones with nuclear weapons, which they don't have. But so Bush then stopped connecting it to Israel. And then there's the secondary reason, which I know I'm a broken record, but it happens to be important to know this. So I keep saying it. There's the other reason that the U.S. and Israel want to go after Iran, which is if there are large countries with a lot of oil who are pumping that oil outside of U.S. dollars, petrodollars, that's a major problem for the U.S. And therefore, Iran is one of the biggest ones that we still want to stop from doing that. They're one of the most powerful, one of the largest, and one of the most oil-heavy countries out there that are pumping it outside of U.S. dollars. The others, we've already destroyed. We've already stopped. Syria, Iraq, Libya, already done it. Venezuela, we have stopped, even though we haven't destroyed their society, which I certainly hope we don't. But we've stopped them from getting most of their oil because the economic sanctions have basically made it impossible for Venezuela to get much oil out. I think they're able to get some to a select few countries, but for the most part, Venezuela has been stopped from pumping a lot of their oil, which no country has more oil than Venezuela, but the U.S. has successfully stopped them using economic war. So there you go. They're the real reasons that you're definitely not going to hear that on mainstream media. They're not going to mention the real reasons that we're going after Iran.